broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Woodstock, Georgia. It's time for Kid Biz Radio.
Kid Biz Radio creates conversations about the power of entrepreneurship and the positive impact that journey can have on kids.
For more information, go to kidbizexpo.com. Now, here's your hosts.
Hello, welcome to Kid Biz Radio. I'm Layla.
And I'm Austin.
And today we have some awesome guests with us in the studio. We have Maria with Premier Spa and Wellness Center and Carinna with smaX Photography.
Hi, ladies.
Hi. Thank you for being with us today. Can you tell us about yourselves and your business? Either of you can go first.
Well, my name is Marie, and I am with Premier Spa and Wellness Center. I've had my business now 30 years. I'm located in East Cobb. I also subcontract out of a chiropractic office in Woodstock. I am a naturopathic doctor, as well as a medical massage therapist and a doula.
Okay.
Very cool.
Okay, and so I'm Carinna with smaX Photography. How did I get started in my business? You know, when I talk about it, I'm not necessarily the most interesting person by myself, but my business is very interesting, and it also includes my husband, Jay Boatwright. So he's like slightly, we laugh because he's like slightly Cherokee County famous because we've taken so many pictures probably close to 1 million pictures here in Cherokee County alone. So of athletes, but we ended up getting started in our business together. He has a marketing degree. I actually have a culinary degree, which is kind of crazy, but it ends up working out within this, so I do volume sports and it's very much like a restaurant kind of feel. It has a very fast paced, it's very fast paced. So when we take our pictures, there's such a quick turnaround with that my catering background really applies to it.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah. How'd you get started?
Well, I got started probably 35 years ago. Somebody was having a pain in their shoulder and they asked, can you just like rub here? And I did. And didn't think anything of it. And they were like, you should go to school to be a massage therapist. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that because I had really long nails and I didn't want to cut them off. And then a few years later, I thought, maybe I should. Yeah. And so I did. And that's how that began.
Okay. That's good.
Yes.
Have you guys had any businesses prior to this, or is this like your first go around?
So me and my husband, we actually did have an insurance business before this. Okay. And so, it really wasn't our thing. We're more creative than that. So for us, when we got into the sports industry, it just happened by accident, really. We started taking action shots, and by taking action shots, it eventually evolved into taking team in sports, and individuals. So yeah.
Okay. So was that your first time?
This is my first business, yes.
That's good. What have you done in the past to help you become successful at this? Because you have some fails, but now you're here and you're successful. So what'd you do?
Gosh, we had a lot of failure at first because getting into the action photography business, everything is really done on spec. You take all the pictures and then you just pray basically that the parents see the pictures and then they purchase. As opposed to what it is that we do is that we take care of pretty much most of Cobb, Cherokee, and Forsyth. A lot in Gwinnett County is that we come in and we take those pictures and fulfilling those. And what was the original question?
What are some things that you've done that
we
you
failed?
Succeed?
Okay. Well, also, but the failure part. So, is that within the action sports, though, is that we could work very, very long weekends in like 105 degree weather, shooting like all-star baseball.
Just constantly going.
And it was just killing us. So really being able to hone in and decide where it is, realizing where we needed to put all of our efforts, which eventually ended up being the sports, the volume sports, where we knew parents are going to go ahead. They want those memories, as opposed to praying that they actually see the action shots that we took.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, for me, unfortunately, in the economy that we're in right now, sometimes business is up and down. I try to connect with people through blogging. I do social media work, just a little bit of a lot of stuff. I do outreaches or I'll do some things for complimentary, just so that I can empower people to have self-care time. Because if you don't have self-care time, unfortunately, it leads to illness, decreased energy, and it's just
you have to take care of yourself.
Just taking a half an hour or an hour to yourself, whether it's a walk in the park, walking your dog, taking a bubble bath, a massage, all those things are important.
Just something to help yourself.
Yeah.
So personally, everyone has a different definition for every word. What would you say you would define success as personally? This can be how you are successful in your business, how you define it generally, how it's successful in your own personal life, etc.
Well, I know for me, personally, success would be how it is that I'm able to impact others with the gifts that I've been given. Okay. Fortunately for me and Jay is that we kind of, when we got into the business, we kind of turned the industry on its head. We redefined exactly what our industry was supposed to look like. And so for us, success-wise is that we are also educators in the industry. So success-wise, we go in, we have a lot of photographers around the country. We have what's called a Boatwright boot camp, and we have a lot of photographers who come through. We've educated hundreds of photographers on what we do and how to make money at it. So that would be my definition of success. When I go in and I can jump on Facebook and I can see all the different threads of people saying, you know, y'all have changed our lives. Y'all have made this possible for us. So that would be my definition is just that joy that comes from that.
It's definitely a very good definition.
Yes.
So it seems like you don't just do the pictures, like you help other people.
Yes. Yes, we do. So, and it is simply because we took something that was like, before it was a paper order form, parents would come in, fill in a paper order form, and then hopefully just get a decent individual and a team shot. Me and Jay, what we did is that we have an online platform for parents to see the pictures. So we had to create beautiful images that the parents are gonna want to purchase. So creating all of those processes and realizing, within the platform that hosts our pictures, they were letting us know really like we were hitting it out of the park, and they really wanted us to become educators. And so working with them, we were able to open up and show other people what it is that we do and how to make money at what we do.
That's good.
That is really great.
Well, I kind of think that success is a relative term. You know, as long as you're happy with what you do, then that makes all the difference in the world.
Of course.
I mean, if you're not happy with the profession that you're in, then get out.
Yeah. Something else
Find something that's going to make you happy.
that you love doing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good answer.
In your journey to becoming successful entrepreneurs that you are, do you possibly have any regrets or setbacks that you wish you would have done, something you would have done differently, or something you could have avoided maybe in the process?
I wish I could have watched my children grow up more. I spent it really, that is a regret. Me and my husband, we were both young parents. Okay. And so we've been married 25 years this year, but we were both young parents, and we had these 3 kids, and we took the kids everywhere to all of our photo shoots. That would be one of my regrets, is just not being able to, at the time, you know, you're kind of in it. So we weren't able to afford the help that we needed necessarily for me to step back and be able to really enjoy them growing up. Now they're all older. They're all in their 20s. So, that would be one regret, is that by nature, I'm a workaholic. So I did miss out on that part. Okay. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Well, I think that I have a few regrets, actually.
Yeah, go into 'em.
One of the regrets I actually have was I was in I had like a year and a couple of months left of chiropractic school. I got really sick. I think it was the stress of it, because it was really hard. I wish I would have finished chiropractic school. I moved to Georgia with my kids in tow. They were, I think, 7 and 9. And I wanted a different life for them. And so that was one of the regrets. And I didn't get a chance to spend a lot of time with them, just like she said, when they were younger. And I think the other regret probably is not having a, an associate or a partner. Because when you're in business for yourself, and you're by yourself, I wear many hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the website designer. I do everything.
Yeah.
I don't have that second person. So sometimes I wish I had a partner.
Yeah, just to kind of help you
It
out.
does help when you have someone with you.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I would say also, like you said, you wear so many hats. You end up being, the cleaner, the dishwasher, the accountant, everything. You're taking everything on your own. And so that would be what I do know. One of my regrets is that early on in our business, we just weren't able to afford it at the time, but to really have good bookkeeping and an accountant, like those are so important.
They are very important.
Those are the things that you think, okay, I can just take care of this. I'll come back to it. But sometimes those things can get a little bit out of hand. And I can just say through experience, that's one of the things that when you do get set up, luckily we have another business, that when we opened it, we did all of those things, and it's really it has not come back and to get us.
That's very
So that was one of the next questions was, do you have any more like structural, very business, less emotional advice for aspiring entrepreneurs? Kind of like how you said, get a bookkeeper and stuff.
So maybe
Do
prevent.
you have anything else or?
Right. Right. The things that aren't necessarily fun.
Basically to, have a second person, a partner that you can bounce off of each other, ideas, whether it's for branding, whether it's social media.
Right. Having more people, I think when, for us, we had to, it was just me and Jay for a while. And about 3 years in, we ended up hiring another main photographer. And now we have 4 main photographers who we hire, and we have about 20 like part-timers that work for us, taking care of everything, and trying to decide that part where you have to sit down and you have to look at the numbers and decide if those resources are going to be, you have to look and you have to say, step back and look at your numbers and say, okay, is this worth it for me to take a pay cut to be able to grow on this end? And, ultimately it always is worth it. The thing is, we've had a lot of people who've come to us and worked full time, and it's never been an issue. It's never been anything where we felt like we overpaid them and they weren't producing for us. We've always been super lucky. I think just being choosy about who it is that you hire is very important.
Right person.
Right. Not just going in. For us, it's always been somebody who we've personally known. So we do know kind of their background and what type of,
that does
kind
always
of
help.
constitution they have
Yeah.
to this business. Cause it is hard. The sports photography business, it is very, very physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also think that, knowing what their background is, it's hard because, in my other big location, I had several massage therapists that worked for me, and I had one that subcontracted for me. And I know it's not just massage therapy. I think it's across the board. Some of them are very flaky. They don't show up to work on time or don't show up at all, or they get caught. I caught one of them smoking marijuana in the parking lot. And that's like a big no-no for me. You can't, when you're in close contact with somebody, if you want to do that on your time, that's wonderful, but not on my time.
Yeah. Not while you're working.
But yeah, I think that, the hiring and the firing part is not always in having the right people to work for you.
Yeah. Good. So we've talked about the past and the present. Let's talk about the future. Do you have any future goals or aspirations for your business? It could be next month. It could be in 15 years. Anything you like?
Yeah. Future goals I know for us. So we do photograph all the way far north is Nashville and all the way down to Tampa.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Our goals really is to get out of the Florida. In fact, we just came back, yesterday from a big conference where we're just trying to kind of take over Georgia. So we saw a lot of Parks and Rec, I guess board members, over this past weekend. So we were able to spend a lot of time with them, just concentrated here on Georgia. So I think we really want to kind of just bring everything kind of back home. So we're not traveling as much too, because travel really, it beats us up. It beats up our equipment, our vehicles, everything. So, that's really our future goals, is to bring everything kind of back home.
Yeah, constantly traveling can definitely be a hassle at times.
Yeah, it sounds glamorous, but it's not.
Yeah. It also just takes up so much time where you're not getting to work. You're stuck
Traveling.
driving or in an airport. What about you?
Well, I graduated last year, so I'm a naturopath now, and I'm hoping that in the future I've got another partner now who he's going to be doing some stuff with me remote. I'll be doing a lot of more hands-on. So we don't diagnose. We don't do anything like that. What we do is we do testing, different types of testing to find out kind of like what's wrong with someone. And then we do the recommendations, whether it's a supplement, whether it's ozone therapy, different therapies for them to help them, get better. So that's my goal.
All right. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to ask a couple of kind of deeper thought questions. So just have a heads up. If you had the attention of the world, for the whole world, for 5 minutes, everyone was paying attention to you and listening to what you were saying, what would you say?
Okay, I thought about this because I got this question ahead of time. So okay. So I am in an interesting industry because we deal with so many young people. We shoot kids from 3 years all the way up to 14 years old. That's kind of like our niche market. And so what's the question? It's if I had 5 minutes.
If you had the attention of the whole world for 5 minutes.
Okay. This would be directed at the parents.
Okay.
Okay. So I get a really interesting perspective on this. Parents, let your kids be kids. Like, stop hovering over them. Let them make mistakes. Raise them like, okay, I was a child of the 80s, and I think parents need to do that more often. Let your kids get on a bike and disappear for 5 hours. And they're not going to really disappear. They're going to come back. They're going to have so much fun. They're going to have so many crazy stories to tell you. And the thing is I think there's a lot of kids who don't have those crazy stories anymore because their parents are just not letting. If you never let your kids do anything, they're not. And that's my thing. And so I see these kids and they show up for these photo shoots and their mom or their dad is like standing over them, telling them exactly how to act, how to smile, how to everything. The kid is choosing the pose. The mom's yelling at him, no, do this. And I'm just like, just let it go.
Yeah. Just let them
Just
have the
let it
moment.
go. There's so many things, like just to give your kid that type of responsibility and make them feel like that their choice is important also. I think that could be really empowering. So, that's what I would say. I would say, parents, I've seen too much anxiety out there on these kids. I mean, you're basically, everybody doesn't, there's so much anxiety and these kids don't want it, but I feel like the parents are just like pounding it into their kids. And it's just, it's pretty bad. And it's getting worse. It got worse actually after COVID.
I can see that.
Yeah. Just to see the behavior of the kids. It's been really interesting. So I think that's what I would do.
Well, if kids are stuck in quarantine for however many years, then they're finally allowed to go back out into the world. They're not exactly going to be following every single rule parents have.
Right. And I think a lot of the problem was that there was a lot of babysitting that happened in front of, their devices. So, and you can see it. You can see it in these kids.
I think if I had 5 minutes to have my little time with the world, I think self-care would be it, because people really don't realize not taking self-care. We live in a very busy life. Parents are, getting little Susie and little Tommy to baseball, to soccer, to gymnastics. And I understand being a parent, even though my kids are older, out of the house now. If you don't take that self-care time for you, no one's going to take it for you.
Yeah.
So you have to take that, whether it's hour to come get a massage, or whether it's your half hour or hour to walk in the park with your dog, or you're by yourself. No one's going to do it for you. You know, you have to have that quiet time, even if it's a bubble bath. And you
Just something for yourself.
and you close the door so it's just you. Or maybe your time with God. Maybe that's that time where you need to get, you know, in the Word, whether it's the Torah or the Bible, whatever it is. But you have to have self-care time.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
It is very important to make sure yourself is taken care of above all.
Okay, so we've had some very deep questions. We're going to lighten up a little bit and play this or that.
Okay.
So it's
Sounds
a little
great.
quick speed round. Answer as fast as you can. All right, so cats or dogs?
Dog.
Dog.
Spider-Man or Batman?
Spider-Man.
Batman.
Books or movies?
Books.
Waffle or curly fries?
Curly.
Curly.
Mountains or the beach?
Beach.
Mountains.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Chocolate or fruity candy?
Chocolate.
Cake or pie?
Cake.
Low or high rise jeans?
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, yeah, good. Comedy or horror?
Comedy.
Comedy. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
I need some laughter.
Yes.
Right? I think so.
Good.
All right. Well, thank you both for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. Can you tell everyone how they can get in touch with you and check out what you're doing?
Okay, so anybody who needs to contact me, so we don't do like photography that's on an individual basis. It's going to be with the leagues. And if it messes up, that's when people contact me. So, and what happens is that they get their package and my phone number is in every single package.
no.
So they've gotten in contact with me and they know how to do it if they need to.
Right.
But if you want to check it out, we are smaxart.com.
All right.
In order to get in touch with me, you can go to my website, which is www.premierwellness.net. And our phone number is 770-369-3606.
All right.
Fantastic. Well, we enjoyed our time with you guys today, and we know our audience will get so much out of hearing your story. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.